because the genre I've chosen isn't as specific, and my project isn't just in one genre. For example, if it was horror or suspense, it's a hybrid of drama and indie. So in that sense, it was hard to find to stay true to that, because there aren't very direct fonts which are used throughout all indie opening sequences or all drama opening sequences. Whereas with actions like horror and action, there are more defined fonts which are used throughout. So I had a lot more availability to choose. Although I did notice, watching a couple opening sequences to indie films, that the font was sometimes very thin and wasn't as thick and defined. It was more like a child's writing. So using that as an inspiration, and because mine is kind of like nostalgia and looking back on the past, I wanted to have something a lot more softer and delicate and not as bold and chunky as some of the other fonts. So I went on a website called Dafont, which my teacher recommended I use to get an idea of the couple of different types of fonts I could use, and to brainstorm some of them. I came across this font called Frenchie, which I fell in love with for its unusualness and its thinness in the way the alphabet is. I also liked the childlike feel to it, and the way it seemed like someone had just drawn it. It wasn't very crystal clear and defined, and that seemed to work well with mine, because with my genre, because it's a lot more relaxed, it's more nostalgic, it's looking back on the past, and this kind of seemed like that because it's like a child's writing. I decided to use that font. So I downloaded the font and I used it in Final Cut Pro,